Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Reza Aprilia, NIM 311801004, and I'm from class Accounting 6A. I'm looking forward to talking with you today about the invoice processing steps in Asia Paperindo Perkasa Company. What are the invoice processing steps? Invoice processing involves the step required from receiving invoice to payment. This may seem simple, but there are a few steps needs to attention receiving an invoice, so that it doesn't cause problem at the time of payment. There are 4 steps in the invoice processing step. There is step 1, receive invoice from vendor. First of all, you have to make sure the invoice from the vendor company attached with the delivery orders and purchase orders document. Therefore, it is important to know invoice details. There is first, document authorization. Make sure the invoice from vendor is attached with the delivery orders and purchase orders documents. Delivery orders must be affixed with a stamp from security and warehouse. Also make sure the stamp contains the date on the day the goods order have been received by the company. For the invoice and purchase order documents must be affixed with a stamp and signature from the vendor company. If you don't complete the authorization of the invoice, delivery orders and purchase order documents, the invoice cannot be accepted. 2. Or second, name and address company. Check name and address of the vendor company and our company. Third, description, quantity, and price of items. Check whether the items in the purchase order document match the invoice and the delivery orders document. And the last, number and date documents. Check the purchase order date should be early than the invoice and delivery orders documents. Next, step 2, enter invoice details into the system. You can create a formula by the system to enter invoice details, and it can be used an invoice archive. Step 3, send invoice for approval. After the invoice details are entered in the system, the next step is to get them approved. The purchasing department must provide the invoice from vendor company to the finance department for further processing. The finance department will check the completeness of the invoice and the attached documents. If the invoice documents are complete, the finance department will verify and approve them through the system. In Asia Paperindo Perkasa Company, use SAP or System Application and Product for verify and approve the invoice. Next, the last, step 4, invoice paid. After step 3 down, finance department can pay off the invoice. Ladies and gentlemen, so I can share this material presentation with the conclusion there is receiving invoice is the first part of the accounts payable. Once you get an invoice, you must follow the exact steps of the process so as to produce accurate data in financial reporting. The invoice processing step starts from receiving invoice from vendor, entering into the system, and asking for approval from finance department so that the invoice can be paid by the finance department. Thank you so much for your interest and attention. If you have any question, you can contact me by email rezaafrilia2016@gmail.com.